Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It's still morning because it's 10:34 a.m. in Nigeria. It's still good morning, okay? So good morning. How are you doing? How is work today? Many people are at work because today is Friday. It's one of the working days, and it is the last day of working days. Tomorrow we are going to enter weekend. I hope you are going to enjoy your weekend. I wish you the best in your weekend. So good morning once more. You're all welcome. Today we are going to talk about a very important topic today, which is gross domestic product (GDP). If you're a Nigerian, you will be hearing on television, on radio, talking about GDP, that is gross domestic product. G stand for gross, D stand for domestic, P stand for product. So gross domestic product is very important in every country, in every society you belong to. This gross domestic, what are these gross domestic product? What are these gross domestic product? And this gross domestic product is the total value of the goods and services produced within a country during a specific period. No, yeah, gross is a total value of the goods and services produced. It's talking about what you produce, okay? What you produce in your country. Are you in a country where you are producing more than consuming? In a family, if you have a family, you're supposed to produce more than expenditure. The way you're producing, the income that is coming supposed to be more than what you spend so that you will be able to save money. If what you spend is more than what you produce, you will always be stagnant. This will not make a country develop. It will not make a country develop. So GTP are number one, we have agriculture, because agriculture is the first, because in olden days, it is the agriculture people know about. They are making money. Even before oil come to Nigeria, it is agriculture that they base on. They produce cotton, they produce granite, they produce cocoa in the south, granite in the north. You understand? Cotton was also produced in the north. I don't know about south. So GDP, gross domestic product, is very important in every society, as I've said before. So oil and gas is one of the most important gross domestic product that we have. How do you produce your oil? Crude oil production and natural gas, although this sector earns much of Nigerian foreign exchange. Yes, because Nigerians, they rely on this oil, gas and oil, oil and gas, he said. Also trading also very important in every society. There's no society that you will not see trading. You see people selling things because, well, what you need, you can't produce all of them. You must not produce everything. There are things that you need in the market to buy, you can't produce it. Even if you're a farmer can produce corn, he can produce groundnut, he can produce cotton, he can produce cocoa, but there are other things that a farmer cannot produce. You go to the market and buy it. If you can produce everything, every product, crops and everything, but you can't produce Maggi, you can't produce spaghetti, you have to go to the market and buy them. So telecommunication also is very important. Mobile network, internet services, and digital businesses. People do their business digitally. Online trading. They do online trading to make money online. So telecommunication is very important. If your network is not very strong, you will not be able to, produce, you will not be able to make money online. The network, you can't get access to the network. It is where your telecommunication is working well, like NCC, Nigeria NCC. They have their headquarters, they have their office in Metama, Abuja here. So if they are not working well, it will affect online businesses. So it's very, very important. Manufacturing is only very important. what do we manufacture? We manufacture cement, we manufacture Maggi, we manufacture different types of products. So factories producing food, cement, textiles, and other goods, they produce all these things. So services also is very important. Banking, education, healthcare, entertainment, transportation, and tourism. You go to the bank and withdraw money, somebody that will attend to you. A banker will attend to you to get your money to go to the market and buy whatever you want to buy. So they render you services, and you are paying for that services that you are rendering. So it's very, very important for you to know your gross domestic product, that is GDP, whether you are progressing. Why is it that gross domestic product is very important? Why is it that it's very important? GDP helps the government and businesses understand. One, it helps them understand whether the economy is growing or shrinking. You see that? And the second one is whether more jobs are likely to be created. Government will understand that. The third one is whether people and businesses are producing more goods and services. So the fourth one is how Nigerian compares economically with other countries. How will you compare with your GDP? You will know. With other countries, if your GDP is low, it means you are not producing well, you are not manufacturing, you are not rendering services. So your oil and gas doesn't get value because your GDP is very low. And it leads to payment of salary, low salary. They pay low salary to workers, civil servants, anybody, whether you work in a company, you will be getting low salary because the GDP is very low. Maybe the GDP is 3.5 or 7.5 or 2.5, it's low compared to other countries that their GDP is maybe 7, 8, 9, 10 point something. So it's very, very important. So GDP helps government and business. Yes, I've said that. So, and GDP growth versus GPT per person. Yes, GDP growth. These are different GDP growth. Measures how much the economy has expanded compared the previous year. If the GDP per capita is the country's total GDP divided by the population. It gives an estimate of the average economic output per person. A country can have a large GDP but still have a low GDP per capita if its population is very, very large. You see, the country is overpopulated and the GDP, it will affect the GDP because more people consume that the rate of consumption is more than the rate of production. Yes, we consume more, but we are not producing more, especially agriculture. We need to produce more food so that food will be available in the society. Food will be available in the market and the price will be moderate. It will not be too high. Because when the demand is high, the price will go up. And when the demand is moderate or is low, the price will shrink, the price will go down, and the people can afford to buy it. People, the less privileged people can afford to buy it. The subordinates cannot afford to buy it. So because if the product or is scarce in the market, for example, like rice, if you are not producing more rice to cope with the population of Nigeria, rice will be expensive as we are experiencing now. Price of rice will be expensive because the market is not available in the market. It's not, the supply is low. The supply is not enough to cater for the number of people that are living in the country. The population of Nigeria is more than 200 million now. So if we need to produce more, especially I will stand on agriculture because now it's rainy season. Many people are producing food, many people are farming, and it is subsistence farming, is not a commercial farming. They sell small from the product they produce. When they planted rice, it is from the rice they will eat with their family. The one that remain, they will sell it out. Some of them, they cannot even sell the rice out. It's for their consumption. It's not enough for them to consume the rice they planted because they are not planting in large quantity. They are not planting in a commercial way. And modern way of farming system will also help them to produce plenty, massive, enough rice, so that you see one person producing 100 bags, 200 bags of rice, 100 kg, 100 bags of 100 kg. So if farmers are producing in bulk, if farmers are producing in large quantity, will the supply in the market, you will see rice everywhere in the market, and the price will be moderate, and everybody can afford to buy it. The subordinates can buy it, the less privileged people can buy it, the poor, the less privileged, they can buy it. So, but if the rice is scarce in the market, the price will be high. Traders will increase the price. Even the people producing the rice will increase their price because the rice is scarce. People will be looking for it up and down. We will be rushing to buy it because the supply is not enough. So, GDP per capita is very, very important. And does a high GDP mean anyone is richer? No. High GDP doesn't mean anyone will be richer. It doesn't mean everybody will become rich. No. So a country GDP can increase while many people will still struggling with unemployment, high inflation, poverty, rising food prices. You see, rising food prices. You all suffer from all these things. That is why economists also looks at other indicators such as employment, inflation, and income levels. Understand? So a simple example is, imagine a small town with farmers producing 50 million worth of crops. So a factory producing 30 million worth of goods. So a shop and other services generating 20 million. The town's GDP will be 50 million plus 30 million plus 20 million plus 100 million equals 100 million. So the Nigerian GDP works same way, except it adds up the value of goods and services produced across the entire country. So the question is, who calculates Nigerians' GDP? That is the question we're going to ask. Who calculates Nigerian GDP? Yes, who calculates Nigerian GDP? We're going to look at who calculates it. So in Nigerian National Bureau of Statistics, responsible for calculating the publishing of country's gross domestic product is the government. So NBS collect data from many sources, include what? Include farmers and agricultural businesses, manufacturing companies, oil and gas companies, you see, many of them, banks and financial institutions, telecommunication companies, you understand? It depends on how you serve the company serve the people, the masses. So government ministries and agencies, that is services. Retail and wholesale businesses. Some traders are retailers, some of them are wholesalers, some of us are consumers. So a retailer cannot do without a consumer. A wholesaler can't do without a, a retailer. You can't do without a retailer. Retailer will buy from the wholesaler, who get the warehouse, who get it plenty, and retailer will go and buy and sell it to consumer. Consumer may either buy it one by one. Maybe you are selling razor in the market. I may buy one, or I will buy the packet and keep it in my house and be using it. When it finishes, I'll go back to the market again and buy. So gross domestic product is very, very important, and people need to know, what do we mean by gross domestic product? What is the importance of gross domestic product? It's very, very important. It's very, very important. So economists and statisticians at the NBS then analyze this informative using internationally recognized methods developed by organizations such as the United Nations. So it's very, very important to know your gross domestic product, especially the government, and they're supposed to analyze it. They need to analyze it. So in simple terms, data is collected from businesses, government agencies, and other sectors of the economy. So the National Bureau of Statistics, NBS, calculates the GDP. The results are published for the government, businesses, investors, and the public to understand how Nigeria's economy is performing. How Nigerian economy is performing. So it's very, very important for us to know that so it's very, very important for us to know that. Where is this book? Like, subscribe, and share. I'm live from Abuja, Nigeria. Like, subscribe, and share. Welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. Okay? Let's dive. So welcome back. Welcome back. It's what we call the International Monetary Fund. NBS means National Bureau of Statistic, okay, statistics. We call it statistics. Wherever you're watching me from, I'm live from Nigeria, Abuja. Where are you watching me from? Now, when we talk about agriculture, because agriculture is the first GDP, that is gross domestic product. Agriculture is the first. Now the time is 1 minute to 11, and time is going. And today is the last day of July 2026. Today is the last day of July 2026. So what are you preparing to enter the new month? Tomorrow is going to be the 1st August 2026 tomorrow. And now time is 10:59 a.m. Today, 31st of what? July 2026. And the month of July ends today. The month of July will never come back. That's gone for good. Until next year, month of July will rewind after 1 year. So any month you are, it will only be rewind after 1 year. And the rewinding, what will happen on that next year, next July, you don't know what will happen, whether you will be still alive or not. Or you don't know things that will happen and maybe there will be slight difference. Many things will happen the same as it is happened. So maybe it will happen you eat food the way you are eating food in July, this July, and next year, July 2027, next year, the same food you are eating. So there are things that will never change. Each month you enter, you're doing the same thing. It's just a repetitive something. If you are eating 3 square meal in a day, that is, if you are eating 3 times in a day, you have to, you must eat in the morning, eat in the afternoon, and eat in the evening, maybe by 4 p.m. or by 5 p.m. or 6 p.m., depending on the time you wanted to eat. So there are many activities that will change. There are some activities that will change maybe next year, July 2027. And this July 2026 has ended today, which is 31st. So January has 31 days, February has 28 days. When it is leap year, February will have 29 days. March have 31 days. April have 30 days in a year. May have 31 days. June have only 30 days. April, June, they have 30 days. July, like this one that is ending today, is 31 days. We also enter August. August is also 31 days. And September, when we enter September, September will be 30 days. This is what they taught us in primary school. We are still having the knowledge. So we thank God for that. So when we enter October, October is 31 days. November, 30 days. December, 31 days, which is the year as end. We're going to enter another year. The figure will change. That's 2026 will change to 2027. Time is going. Things are moving. Life goes on. For those that are alive, people that have left, they have gone for good. You that you're alive, the life is still affecting you. Is the life fair to you or is not fair to you? So that's the question we need to ask ourselves. If the life is fair to you, you thank God. If it is not fair to you, you have to rethink why is it not fair to you. Is it your own mistake? Is it your own fault? Is it your own problem that the life is not fair to you? You check it very well. If it is not your own fault, you know how to deal away with it. Yes, you have to deal away with it. Because when life is not fair to you, there's something wrong, either from your side or from the other way. So we can see agriculture, farming, fishing, and livestock. Livestock is when you have animals like cow, sheep, goat, pigs, and the rest of them. Some people don't want to keep a pig. A pig is a dirty animal. I think it's God that created it. So God created something that is dirty to you. Some people eat a pork meat, some people don't eat pork meat. You can't blame anybody from not eating this meat. Everybody can do whatever you want to do. You can choose what to eat and not what to eat. So agriculture is the bedrock of riches. It's a breakthrough of riches. Anywhere you go, agriculture is very, very important. Any society, any country you go, when the agricultural system is very successful, you see people enjoying food will be, boku food will be available in the marketplace and the price will not be too high. But some places the price will be double because they are not supplying enough food to the markets for people to come to the market and buy. You need something, you have to go to the market with your money in your pocket. So agriculture is number one. Although Nigeria, their economy is based on oil and gas, we have thrown away agriculture. It is affecting the economy of Nigeria. The economy of Nigeria is affected because the sector is earning much money on oil and gas. That's why they don't care about that. They focus on only oil and gas because money is coming out of it. But the question is that where is the money? Where we have unemployment everywhere. Many youths are graduating from schools, universities. Some they have master degrees, yet they don't have jobs. Some are just managing small, petty jobs to sustain their lives. So it's very, very important for the government to create more jobs for the people so that our economic GDP will increase. Let us not depend only on gas and oil. I'm advising Nigerian government, especially the federal government. Let us not only depend on that. And the government is also supposed to upgrade trading in Nigeria. They need to support the traders for trading in Nigeria so that it will be stable. Government need to supply the people with motorable roads, dirt road, linking the villages where they are producing all these livestock, food stuff, provisions, things are provisions, different types. Provisions like pomade, provisions like spaghetti, indomie, they are not producing them in the village. It is in the town they are producing them. We are talking about organic products or livestock, animals that they take them to the market. People in the market, they have to go to the market and buy meat. So when the meat is not available or the supply is very scarce, you see very few people selling meat, the price of meat will skyrocketed. The price will be high. So remember, I'm a comedian, so I'm just talking about what is bothering me, kumeme from my liver. So it's bothering me because the price of items in the market are increasing on a daily basis. If you go today to buy rice, tomorrow you will increase it maybe by 50 naira or 100 naira, Nigerian currency, or 200 naira. Any small thing that happens, any false scarcity, it will affect the market price because the fuel is not supplied well. So the number of fuel, petrol that is being supplied, the price will be high. The price will increase. So motorists have to increase their transport fare for them to balance with the price of the oil or the price of the premium spirit, which is called petrol. Mobile network, internet services, and digital businesses is very, very important. Government have to look into that because the network today is not very favorable to anybody. We always have low network. Network is not strong at all, especially in Nigeria. So the services too is very, very important. Banking, education, healthcare, entertainment, transportation, and tourism. These are services. These are services. So the bankers will serve the customer very well, and the customer at the end will be happy. And tomorrow he will come and deposit more money in the bank because the way the bankers handle them, they treat them well, they are polite to them, they respect them. So the customers will be happy. So they are rendering a good services. And the bankers, they need to educate the people about how to save money in the bank, how to take care of your health care. And it's time for entertainment, time for transportation, and tourism. Which is very, very important.